Hello, my name is Lisa Shea, and this is the Earning Money from the Web video seminar. This is part 1, where we talk about the basics of earning money from the web. The ideal that you often see on websites and such about earning money from the web is that you sit back in your hammock, that you don't do any work at all, and that money just flows in. It's sort of a magic process. The reality is that this is my desk, and if people are going to pay you money, it's going to be because you did some work for them. Now, you don't have to do this work all the time. If you plan wisely, you can do something that you really enjoy, like taking care of parakeets, and you could write up your experiences, and then you can get money every month from the advertising on those write-ups that you did. So the key is all about doing things you enjoy and planning it out so that you don't have to be working 24 hours a day. There is no fairy, though. All of those different websites that say that there's going to be some sort of a magic money flow that doesn't involve in work is not true. There's definitely going to be work involved, so you need to get your mind set on that. You also need to avoid all of those get-rich-quick schemes where they want you to pay money up front and then they will give you all the secrets of the world. Usually they're the ones getting rich quick, and they're getting rich because you're paying them all this money to learn their secrets. You should be able to do this with very straightforward information, and it involves your own skills and your own desire to learn. So the key is what you want to do. You need to think about the different kinds of skills you've got and the different kind of interests you've got. So it's time to pull out a pen or pencil and some paper and evaluate the different kinds of things you're interested in. You want to write down both the things that you're really good at now and the things that you're really but not necessarily good at. So for example, say that you really like the idea of having lotions and fragrances and things that you make yourself, but you don't know how to do it. You can learn as you go, and you can write up all of your experiences as you're learning, and people would find that very valuable. And you can take pictures of your successes and your failures, and you could become a great website that has all sorts of information on learning how to make lotions and perfumes and such. So don't just put down things that you're really great at. Put down things that you really want to be great at, and you can always learn as you go. So let's talk about some different kinds of ideas of things that you could do, and we'll go in much more detail further on in the later parts of the series. Basic brainstorming to start to have you think of different ideas of what you could do. You could get into artistic endeavors. You might think that you're not really artistic, but artistic doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be very skilled in a given area. So, for example, you could be a great drawing person or great painter, or maybe you're just good at coloring in things, and there's a lot of different kinds of things like rubber stamps where you can stamp down the design and you color them in. Or you could be a jewelry designer and you can make very simple designs, or you can make very complicated designs. So a lot of people tend to downplay the skills that they have. Don't think that way. Think that you can always learn more and you can always get better. And if there's something artistic that you want to try, you can always start at the ground floor and work your way up. There's the area, so things like gardening and cleaning. There's all sorts of different kinds of practical things that you could know how to do that other people would find very helpful. Both in the sense that you can make a website promoting your business where you go out and help people locally do these things, and also in the sense that you can make a website, for example, and have all sorts of pictures and information on how to garden, and then everyone else could learn from your example and buy your books, or you get paid through the advertising on your website. So think about the different practical kinds of things that you're good at and that you're interested in. Think about the nutrition area. Nutrition and health is a big business right now. Everyone wants to be healthier. If people are overweight, they want to lose weight for health reasons. They want to get more muscle tone. They want to make sure they retain their muscle tone. So think about different nutritional areas that you're good in. And even if you're not so good in nutritional areas, you could always write up a blog of the problems that you've had and some of the ways you've found to overcome those problems. And people could find that extremely helpful in their own lives. Think about education. More and more people are going back to school or trying to learn new things online, and you could be part of that. If you're really good at math or good at English, there's sorts of different kinds of areas that you could tutor people one-on-one on, or you could put a set of web pages together to help people learn about an area, and that would help you learn more about the area, and you'd be helping others as well. Hobbies is always a great area. I write about parakeets, I write about wine, I write about romance. So different hobbies that I have, writing about them, and then that means that I can help others learn about those hobbies, and I can earn an income while I'm doing the things that I really love. So if you love skiing, you could go to all the different ski resorts in your area, and you could write them all up and say which slopes are good and what times of day are good to go, and you might get a ton of people visiting your site to learn this information, and you could get a lot of money for advertisers. Or if you really loved golf and you went out and you tried all the latest gear and all the latest equipment and put reviews up of them, You might start getting free golf equipment from golf suppliers because they want their equipment to be reviewed on your site because it's getting so much traffic. So write down the different hobbies you're interested in and think about the different ways you would like to be spending time, and this would be ways that you could try to earn money. Once you start to build your list, you want to prioritize it. You want to think about the things that are really going to make you happy. You might be a really great accountant, but you might hate accounting and it would make you miserable to do it all day long. So put accounting in a lower priority as something that will tide you over and keep money coming in until you can do the things you really love to do. You want to be able to divvy up your day so that you're working part of the time on things you have to for now and part of the time on things that you really want to make in your long-term business. You also want to think about whether you're going to burn out eventually. Are you going to run out of steam if you're writing about some really small topic and you only have a certain number of ways you can discuss it? Try to consider larger topics or multiple different topics so that you can go from one to the other. Finally, think about your target audience. If you want to do parakeet training seminars and you want to do them in person and you live in a very small town where there aren't a lot of parakeets, this might not be the best path for you. You'd have to think about towns in order to do your personal parakeet training, or you'd have to think about other ways that you could do parakeet training in a less face-to-face manner, maybe by having video seminars on parakeet training, or maybe you can do little YouTube videos on parakeet training. So don't ever get discouraged and think you can't do something, but be a little realistic about your audience that's out there. If you can do something on the web, you have a worldwide audience, and there will be plenty of people for pretty much any topic you choose. But if you want to try to do something locally, you need to balance that with the number of people around you that are interested in the and will be able to provide you with an income. So to summarize, you need to try to map this out to start with so that you have a game plan. What are the things you really want to do? What are the things that you can do to get you started while you're building out the things that you really want to do? Where will you be able to work? Do you have a spot at your home or on your dining room table or somewhere in your bedroom that you can start to work on all of these different things? The key here is to be fully honest. I have a full other seminar that talks about ways to get yourself going and setting up your office and setting up your home environment and so on, and evaluating your skill set. The key here is that some people just aren't really good at working for themselves at home. They tend to watch too much TV or play around too much with video games, and they're just not well suited for being a self-starter. So be sure that you've gone through my other video series and that you've really thought about this and know that you're going to be able to look after your own time and manage your own schedule, and this will be a good fit for you. Because you want to be successful, you don't want this to become a money drain where you're losing money and becoming miserable. You want to be happy in what you do. And some people are just better off working for a boss where they have guidance and someone to set structure for them. If you've gone through the other seminar and you really do feel that you can set structure for yourself and that this is a good path for you, then go ahead further with the next course and I'll be able to talk in detail about different kinds of things that you could do. Thank you very much. Visit lisashea.com for more details on all of this, and check on section 2 that gets into the details of ideas for working from home. Thank you.